What is marriage all about? Or why do I have to be married? In order to learn the strength for the weakness in each other. Not because you're married, then you think you should now make yourself look worn out. Make yourself look attractive. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is another day with ingredients of a happy home with Miss Meg. Today we shall be talking about teaching them young. Yes, teaching them young, I say. You'll be wondering, well, what do I mean by teaching them young? Yes. Find out now that lots of things that children are supposed to know, they don't know them. The basic things of brushing their teeth well, picking up after them and all that, they don't know them. But hang on with me while we talk about it a little. Juliet, a 15-year-old child, was forced to move to a guardian house due to the death of her parents. Getting to live with these guardians, she found out that she couldn't function well in that house. She could do virtually nothing. She was hopeless to herself, she was helpless to herself, and she was helpless to the people that took her in as guardians. Would you like your situation to be like that way? Not at all. So why not we come together this afternoon to talk about it? Let's talk about it. The basic things that our children need to know to be able to live well and live right amongst their peers, in the family, in the society, and the world at large. We'll continue after this break. If you are just joining us, you're welcome. We're talking about teach them young, teaching our children young. You see, sometimes when children play with toys, they only enjoy picking toys and playing with them. But it's so funny that they don't enjoy putting them back in the right places. Children need to be told, they need to be told and taught how to return these things back after being used. We always take them for granted that they are small. They can't do it, but they can surely do it. It's just for one to teach them and re-emphasize day by day, and they get used to it and it becomes a habit. Same goes for their books, their shoes, socks, and surprisingly, their clothing, and so on. Children need to know how to keep the floor and their surrounding clean. You see a child being given a snack of a biscuit or a sweet, and immediately after taking it, they drop the wrap on the floor. Who is going to pick that after them? They, of course, should pick it by themselves. So children need to be taught how to keep their environment clean by telling them. And for us to help them achieve it well, we need to make them know where the dustbin is, where they can empty, throw those things at the end of use, and so on. Also, washing of plates. Yes, washing of plates. They are not too small. I just told you of a 15-year-old girl that could not function well where she was living with her guardians after being forced to have another life after the death of her parents. It was a compulsory step that had to take place in her life. At age 15, she couldn't do anything on her own. So we have to teach our children the things they need to know at the right time so that they'll be used to themselves. Yes, washing of plates. Teaching a child to wash plates, it doesn't take a day. You just for one to introduce the child to the little details. While you are washing, the child stands beside you and watch how you wash the plates. And little by little, you'll be surprised. The child will get used to doing it and be happy about it. We'll continue after this time. If you're just joining us, you're welcome once again. We're talking about teaching them young. Teaching them young, I mean our children. There are some things they need to know, so we need to teach them young. They're not too young to learn, okay? Continuing from where we stopped. Apart from teaching them how to wash plates, utensils for eating or cooking, we also need to teach them how to clear up after a meal or snack. I mentioned it briefly earlier on. Why is it not unreasonable for a child to finish eating, enjoy a very delicious meal, and immediately after the child just slip off the chair and go sit in front of the TV or go into the room doing something else? Who is going to do the clearing up? The child, of course, should do that. Also, the children need to learn and know how to take proper care of their personal hygiene. Yes, personal hygiene, such as proper brushing and flossing of the teeth. So that by the time they are on their own, they can do these things by themselves. Even when you are around, they can do it by themselves. They will not be dependent on anybody. And it will come free to them. They should also be taught about the thorough cleaning of their body, most importantly, the hidden areas, like the armpit, the neck, their private parts, behind the ear, the surface of the ear, in between the palms and the fingernails, etc. This is very important because sometimes you see these little children, they look so unkempt and dirty. Some of them at a tender age, they smell. You'll be wondering, what's wrong? Why are these children smelling? It shouldn't be so. So let's try as much as possible to make time for our children and teach them this better way of taking care of themselves. With all the points we've highlighted today, we hope to work together so we'll keep our children in a better shape to be able to take care of themselves even when we are not there. Or even when we are there, they should also be able to take care of themselves. Because all of these things, when we teach them young, is not only for the good of the children alone, it's also for the good of ourselves, the society, and the world at large. Until we meet again, stay blessed.